The obvious is got off to a really slow start. Proud of what our team put together in the second half, but it was too little too late. Oklahoma State, we knew, was a really good team, not just because they're in the top 25. They've been playing really well. Someone asked me what I thought about them between the first time we played them and what we've been watching on film, and that is that they've gotten better, they've gotten more confident. And so this was good for us. It was good for us in the second half, and the journey that Cincinnati is on and the way that we're growing this program. I actually look at JC, and she's doing a great job, and that's close to where we would like to be in year 3 as well. So a really great team, proud of our second half effort, but we got to figure out how to get out to better starts.
Kind of elaborate on the second half. I think middle of the third quarter, y'all were down 24. You got to single digits in the final minute. What did you think came together for you during that stretch?
For us, it's really just believing in the 10 people that we have to put in the game. We are a little banged up. There's no excuses. We're not the only team banged up. We're not the only team that, is playing 10 people, sometimes 9, sometimes 8 any given game. And I think that what we did was just trust each other. I put in some lineups that don't get to practice together. We did some things that we hadn't worked on in the last couple of days. And, that's just a credit to our team in the way that they're going to continue to fight. We obviously are searching for some consistency, which would prevent us from getting off to those type of starts. But again, really, really proud of what they put together in the second half.
You mentioned the slow start to the game. What do you think you can work on in practice that would kind of help your team in starting these games?
Yeah, I think the key for us in this game in particular was our transition defense. It just didn't look very good. And it's the same transition defense we always do. But oftentimes when you play teams that can make threes and have a post presence and can make some mid-range to get to the rim, it makes it a little tough. But I thought for as good of a team as Oklahoma State is, we allow way too many open looks in that first half. And, of course, they knocked them down because that's what good players do.
Coach, now that you've played OSU 2 times now this season, what in your opinion is the toughest thing to deal with against teams like that?
It's just a deep squad. There's so much talent on that team in regards to their ability to score the basketball. And JC has so many options, right? I think that her hardest task is figuring out who's going to take what shot when. But they play together. I think by the time the first half was out, they had 10 assists. They ended with 16. Share the ball, move the ball, make the easy play. They get the ball into the paint, easy kick outs. I think our staff told me that every 3 that they had made in that first half was off of an inside-out 3, whether it was a post touch or it was the guards getting into the paint and kicking it out. So just really simple, fundamental basketball. And I feel like they had us on skates and we were a step slow, and it just allowed them to get easy shots for them.
Could you talk about how that depth sort of compares to maybe other teams in the Big 12?
Yeah, I would like to think that at the top of our league, which is incredibly competitive, right? And we look at our schedule even, and we've talked about how, you play 3 teams twice in this league, and we are currently have played number, I think, 2, 3, and 5 twice. So we get a good close look at all the really good teams. I don't know. I think it just speaks to the recruiting. It speaks to the high level of coaching that we have in this league, the way that these kids compete. And that's why, iron sharpens iron. So when I say the second half was good for us, we got to go play West Virginia next. So it doesn't do you any good to play, bad competition night in, night out, and then have a really good team. You have to continue to step up and play well. And I think depth and staying healthy plays a big part in it. But I think there's so many factors, and the Big 12 has a lot of those.